Out at the Sixfield Stadium, Manchester City proving the biggest draws in the second division. Got some defending to do here though. Northampton pushing forward, and that's an awkward one for Nicky Weaver to deal with. Oh, and he's dropped it. A chance for Northampton. Maybe City have got away with it. No, they haven't. A beautiful finish from Dean Peer. City are behind. Fenton to Edghill, popping up on the left-hand side. Finds Dickoff, who can weave his way through the balloons. Dickoff still has hold of it, crosses the ball in. There's Pollock. Dickoff! Oh, great finish from Paul Dickoff. He lashed it in. 1-1. So, free kick to Northampton. Ball cut in from the left-hand side. Weaver struggling, and he was struggling badly, Nicky Weaver. Carlo Corazin was there, and the City defence all over the place. So can City pull this one out of the fire? Bradbury to Gota. Gota, oh, it took a wicked deflection, and City don't care. It's 2-2 at the Sixfield.
Manchester City being forced. Manchester City being forced onto the back foot by this spirited Millwall side. This is Neil. Control. Scrappy defending. Falls to Harris. Exact finishing from the Millwall centre forward. Pollock with the corner. Gota misses it. Vikens makes a connection. And the equaliser is scored by Lee Bradbury, his 4th goal of the season. And another goal in the final minute of the game.
An explosive finish on an explosive night. Tony Vaughan was sent off for this collision with Paul Shaw. The bad blood finally boiling over. In the end, it meant another suspension that City could have done without. It was the draws that would hamper them. Northampton at home, the 6th goalless draw of the season. Michael Brown's twist and shot almost forced a breakthrough, but sides were coming to Main Road defending as if their lives depended on it.
Morrison's header, Gota invited to chase. Terry Cooke is there as well. Gota's gone forward for the ball. It's come deep towards Pollock. It's 1-0. Well, they've looked the brighter Manchester City. They'd had the better options going forward, and now they have the goal. And 4,500 travelling fans go wild with joy, as too do the players. It was a lovely move on the counter-attack, a super ball in by Terry Cooke, and Horlock's finish was crisp and accurate. Plenty of targets to aim for. Morrison! 2-0. And the big skipper was one of those targets. He had 2 headers cleared off the line for Manchester City against Northampton on Saturday, but he's made amends tonight. They've got so many big men, Manchester City, that if the ball is delivered into the right area, this can happen. Flick on was a good one, a chance for Gota. 3-0. Well, that's what managers love to see. A flick on from one centre forward, a finish from the other, and Gota has made it 3-0. And surely now he's guaranteed the points for Manchester City. Took it well and slid it under the body of Paul Crichton. Well, good tackling back, Manchester City with a chance to break again. Here's Michael Brown, look how many green and yellow shirts there are at the moment. 4 on 4. No offside, Taylor, Gota, 4-0. Well, they were just queuing up, and at the front of the queue was Sean Gota, at the back was Paul Crichton. and he's conceded his 9th goal in 2 matches. Well, they were just queuing up, the markings all over the place, unselfish from Taylor, easy from Goethe. And tell you what, the fans are leaving in their droves all around me here. My goodness, the reaction, leaving with they're voting with their feet. Taylor, Goethe, good dummy, there's a man over to the right-hand side, and Manchester City are looking for number 5. There are 2 men in the middle for Terry Cooke. Goethe, number 5, and a hat-trick for Sean Goethe. And he picks up the match ball as if to say, I'm taking it home tonight. Well, this surely must be a first for Burnley. I don't think a team has ever conceded 5 goals at home in successive matches. But Burnley have now. Look at the number of players left over here, and of all people, Sean Goethe for the hat-trick. Edgehill. Here's Ford. It's given away again. Manchester City are looking again. There's no offside. There's 3 on 2. Surely number 6. It is. Eventually. Gareth Taylor and Danny Allsop, and Allsop's the man who gets it. Well, Gareth Taylor hugs Danny Allsop, and in truth, Taylor left it for Allsop. There's Taylor by the penalty spot. There's Allsop running away from the penalty spot. There it is, number 6.
I was pleased, pleased to have gotten the hat-trick, but we know it was an important result for us. We needed to get a win, and we also needed to get goals. So, delighted for myself, but as well as the rest of the team.
They're in a precarious position in the division, but Joe Roll won't be giving them any charity. Edgehill did then. This is Matthew Tipton. Edgehill, well, put City in danger, and now he's conceded a penalty. There's little argument. Big moment for Paul Reed. Can he keep his concentration? He can. Coolly, casually slotted away.
Bowling with the clearance, gets good distance with it as well. Here's Christie challenging Steve Rimmer. Rimmer doing well so far, and that's a foul, penalty. And Manchester City, through Steve Rimmer, could go a goal behind here. So can Tommy Wright keep it out? Here's Lee Peacock, well driven into the corner. Wright beaten, and Mansfield ahead. Well, Peacock scored from 18 yards. Can he score from this range? Yes, he can, into the roof of the net. It may have been deflected, but Mansfield have given Manchester City a massive scare. So time running out for the home side, trailing by 2 goals to 0. Clipped forward into the path of Danny Allsop, looking to take on the Mansfield defence. Goes round the outside, still Allsop, and a sweet finish from Allsop. Cleared the ball past the goalkeeper. City may be back in it.
The auto windshields, we took an opportunity to give senior players a game who hadn't been playing regularly, 1 or 2 young lads who hadn't had a chance, and whereas with other clubs it's classed as club rotation, the press did a job on us, and they all took photographs of empty stands which were closed anyway, so it was a bit naughty really, but that's what happened, and we lost the game.
The positive signs were there.
Bowling with the clearance, gets good distance with it as well. Here's Christie challenging Steve Rimmer. Rimmer doing well so far, and that's a foul, penalty. And Manchester City, through Steve Rimmer, could go a goal behind here. So can Tommy Wright keep it out? Here's Lee Peacock, well driven into the corner. Wright beaten, and Mansfield ahead. The Peacock scored from 18 yards. Can he score from this range? Yes, he can. Into the roof of the net. It may have been deflected, but Mansfield have given Manchester City a massive scare. So time running out for the home side, trailing by 2 goals to 0. Clipped forward into the path of Danny Allsop, looking to take on the Mansfield defence. Goes round the outside, still Allsop, and a sweet finish from Allsop. Steered the ball past the goalkeeper. City may be back in it.
The auto windshields, we took an opportunity to give senior players a game who hadn't been playing regularly, 1 or 2 young lads who hadn't had a chance. And whereas with other clubs it's classed as club rotation, the press did a job on us, and they all took photographs of empty stands which were closed anyway. So it was a bit naughty really, but that's what happened, and we lost the game.
The positive signs were there, it was just the momentum lacking. City again failing to finish off sides when the chances beckoned. Another 0-0 draw, this time against Bristol Rovers.
So City could face the lottery of the penalty shootout if they can't settle it in extra time. Looking to open up that Darlington defence though. Edger with a cross in. Dickoff did well there. Here comes Brown, edge of the penalty area. A wall of red shirts, but he's gone through them and he's gone round the goalkeeper. Michael Brown has finished it. Superb solo run from Michael Brown, and that could seal it.
It's a ball aimed for Cresswell. This is the highly talented youngster a number of Premiership clubs are watching. Gets in a good cross. Falls to Connolly. The former Stockport player has scored for the Yorkshireman. It's a bit of a yo-yo game. As Russell chips the goalkeeper from, well, an acute angle, but he beat Bobby Mims. A great equaliser from Craig Russell. And it's curled in. It's 2-1 York. Dawson scores.
Pollock prepares to take the corner kick then. High into the penalty area. Vikins with a header.
This is a repeat of the final day of last season. Not quite as emotionally charged. There's Sigurdsson! The Iceman kept a cool head. Manchester City now playing with 3 out-and-out strikers. To Dickoff and Taylor. Great flick. Gota won't let them rest in the defence. Taylor, Dickoff. All 3 strikers work together to manufacture the equaliser. Header for Pollock. That's beginning to tire as the ball comes in. Taylor gets a touch, and he scores his first goal for Manchester City since joining them from Sheffield United.
We had probably 1 or 2 words at half-time, probably our biggest row of the season in the dressing room at half-time, because we were passing it and going nowhere. And we changed the system at half-time, pushed an extra man up front, and really got about them, and quite honestly changed it around to win 2-1. And if that was the catalyst that changed our season, it probably changed Stoke's as well, because I don't think they had too much fortune after that.
Joe's right, it was a turning point. With Fulham off and running, City had to respond, and respond now. There was no margin for error. They simply couldn't afford any more slips.
Well, so far, so good for City. Without wishing to tempt fate, they've acquitted themselves well against their Premiership opponents, but Wimbledon could be dangerous here. The ball crossed in from the left-hand side. Here's Michael Hughes, a former City player, back to Court, and Court has the finish.
There was nothing in the game. and the Lady Lions person had one of our players sent off and one of theirs sent off, and in the end it cost us. You know, it just cost us. It cost us with Andy for a suspension, although the Wimbledon player got off it. And we were a bit unfortunate to lose that game. A draw would have been a fair result, but you're right, it's a good form line, hopefully, for the future.
The first league game of '99, and let's credit the goalkeeper. City's defensive record excellent all season, with Nick Weaver in record-breaking form. 26 clean sheets in total, and saves like that, you can understand why.
A little lad called Terry Cooke played for Wrexham against us, and we knew of Terry and we were watching him anyway, so spoke to Alex when he was available after his loan at Wrexham, and he too came in and played a big part in the turnaround.
Vaughan. Edge Hill. Looking for a runner, picks out Gota. Layoff was good to Michael Brown. Brown picks out the runner, who's Crooks. In towards Taylor, Gota, and it's in! Sean Gota opens the scoring to a crescendo of noise at Main Road. And Mike Taylor could do nothing about it. Crooks had the ball on the right-hand side. He guided it in at pace. Taylor and Gota jumped, and Gota, who hasn't scored since November, has now. Crooks. Cooke. Taylor, no offside, what a chance! He's missed it, he still has it, but in the end it goes a-begging, and Fulham will wonder why the offside flag was never raised, and Taylor will wonder how he managed not to score. Crooks. Looking for Gota. Again, there's no offside again. Taylor's in the clear. What a chance! And this time, it's two. Well, the first one he missed. The second, he most certainly didn't. Once again, the assistant on the far side must be in question. The flag stayed down. Taylor said thank you, and he smashed it home. Now Crooks. Gota's on the chase, Coleman won't get there, Sean Gota! Oh, great save by Mike Taylor. Well, Kevin Pollock is the Manchester City free kick expert, and he is surely the man who's going to pull the trigger, and he does! Manchester City are 3 clear. It was as near to being in the penalty area as it could be without being a penalty, and once Pollock struck it, the Wall's deflection took it beyond Taylor.
The atmosphere, you know, when it's a full ice here is unbelievable. We've just got to keep that going. We know if we give 100%, then the fans are going to get behind us. We do that every game, and then we won't lose many.
Tempting cross. So we're emerging as one of the surprise packages of the season. Darren Rack, former Derby player. Marsh's cross. Rack's flick, right across the area, and it's Andy Watson who scores. A manic goal. And towards Taylor, whose presence is putting them off. And it creates a goal which is finally headed over the line by Jamie Pollock.
Goes Cook's corner, Taylor trying to get up at the back, it's Beacons! His first goal of the season, and what a brilliantly executed strike it was! Well, the Stoke City Rob are going to get anything tonight. They're going to have to defend set pieces once again. There's panic in there, and Beacons does ever so well. The ball goes high, he times it perfectly, he lets the ball drop off his chest, swings a right foot, and what a great finish this is. Muggleton, no chance. Once again, Stoke can't get it clear, on the just in the head actually. Great finish, right
finish. 1-0.
Weaver again looking to Taylor. Taylor trying to find Dickoff, and it's gone in! Would you believe it? Well, what a way to break the deadlock! A howler from Nigel Spink. The flick. Weaver again looking to Taylor. Taylor trying to find Dickoff, and it's gone in! Would you believe it? Well, what a way to break the deadlock! A howler from Nigel Spink. The flick by Taylor, the prod by Dickoff, and well, a European Cup winner maybe, but that is what is possible when you don't concentrate. Crooks. Now Cooke. Targets up ahead of him. Cooke selling the dummies, bending the ball in. Oh, it's gone in! And Terry Cooke has perhaps sealed the game. No question, it was a cross, but it looped over Spink and into the back of the net. Taylor muscles his way from Scott Fitzgerald. Now Cooke. Oh, lovely play by Cooke. Taylor's on the far. Number 3, Kevin Horlock. Well, Terry Cooke has scored one, and he's responsible for another. Taylor with a back header, and Horlock on the line, and Millwall are sunk.
Cross, I take it?
It's in the keep off the line. No, probably meant as a cross, but I'm not bothered. He's gone in the net, and that's what I want. I like to get on the score sheet.
You're providing a different option now for Manchester City down that right-hand side. You must be delighted with the way it's going.
Oh yeah, I'm an attacking player. I'll just I'm positive, go straight for the goal, and I get first-time crossing. That's why I've been brought up United, and obviously I'm taking it onto the field at Main Road, and I'm giving the centre forward some good crosses, some good goal-scoring chances as well.
Bournemouth away was always going to be difficult, but when Jamie Pollock was controversially sent off, City found themselves at first down to 10, and then to 9 when Kevin Horlock also saw red. In the end, a point was admirable.
We've come in, we've competed very fairly. You know, it wasn't a bad-tempered game, but we've had 2 men sent off and we've had 6 books. I mean, that is just absolutely ludicrous.
Sold his goalkeeper short. It's Gota! Oh, he squeezed it in! Only his second goal of 1999. City have been so much stronger than their Northwest rivals. Gota. Taylor teases the defenders and puts it through the goalkeeper. 2-0. Now surely the victory is complete.
Now it's Beaumont, hooks it across, chances here, Ebden, and how did that stay out? Reeves, that's got in. The first one stayed out from Marcus Ebden, the second one from David Reeves was unstoppable. I think Joe Royle will sense what an important day this is, and it's Crooks now, forward, good shot, what a strike, what a goal from Lee Crooks. And you've just seen a piece of history. It's his first ever goal, and what a one to start with.
Even in February, Fulham looked to be safe, but the queue behind was getting tighter and tighter, with City in playoff contention, but still eyeing up the outright promotion spot. But it was the draws that would hamper them. Northampton at home, the 6th goalless draw of the season. Michael Brown's twist and shot almost forced a breakthrough, but sides were coming to Main Road defending as if their lives depended on it.
Morrison's header, Gota invited to chase, Terry Cooke is there as well. Gota's gone forward for the ball, it's come deep towards Horlock, it's 1-0. Well, they've looked the Brighton Manchester City, They'd had the better options going forward, and now they have the goal. And 4,500 travelling fans go wild with joy, as too do the players. It was a lovely move on the counter-attack, a super ball in by Terry Cooke, and Horlock's finish was crisp and accurate. Plenty of targets to aim for. Morrison! 2-0. And the big skipper was one of those targets. He had 2 headers cleared off the line for Manchester City against Northampton on Saturday, but he's made amends tonight. They've got so many big men, Manchester City, that if the ball is delivered into the right area, this can happen. Flick on was a good one, a chance for Gota. 3-0. Well, that's what managers love to see. A flick on from one centre forward, a finish from the other, and Gota has made it 3-0. And surely now he's guaranteed the points for Manchester City. Took it well and slid it under the body of Paul Crichton. Well, good tackling back, Manchester City with a chance to break again. Here's Michael Brown, look how many green and yellow shirts there are at the moment. 4 on 4. No offside, Taylor, Gota, 4-0. Well, they were just queuing up, and at the front of the queue was Sean Gota, at the back was Paul Crichton. And he's conceded his 9th goal in 2 matches. Well, they were just queuing up, the markings all over the place, unselfish from Taylor, easy from Gota. And tell you what, the fans are leaving in their droves all around me here. My goodness, the reaction, leaving with they're voting with their feet. Taylor, Gota, good dummy, there's a man over to the right-hand side, and Manchester City are looking for number 5.
It's cost us daily in the end, the draws. I mean, we've only lost 1 more game than Fulham all season, and only conceded 1 more goal than Fulham, so it was the draws in the end, too many 0-0s, and particularly here at Main Road, where sides were coming off with high fives and celebrations for a 0-0 draw at that stage.
He's built like a flat back 4 all-in-one. Andy Morrison, stolen from Huddersfield. What a signing, and what an immediate impact he made.
I had a bit of a fallout with the manager at Huddersfield, and you know, it was a few things were said that really there was no going back on. You know, I mean, one of us would have to bow down, like, you know, and it was obviously with him being the manager, then I'd have to, you know, move on. Like, I felt what I said was justified at the time, but you know, I mean, that's football. These things happen. You know, and that one door shuts, another one opens. You know, so I had the opportunity to come here.
Cross, and it's Dazelle, the former Ipswich Town player.
Joe Royle then going back to his roots, taking on his old club, Oldham Athletic. Crooks delivers the ball into the space. Here's Edgehill, cuts the ball back in. Horlock, good finish, steered it past the Oldham goalkeeper Gary Kelly, and City are ahead. Pollock, the dead ball expert, must be favourite. Left-footed, and Kelly's beaten. Kelly a little suspect, but Horlock has put Manchester City 2 up at Boundary Park. So City looking for that 3-goal cushion. Sheridan with the clearance, only as far as